Well, now to find the stream, I guess. Of course, ads, because that's something I have to do. I have to do every time you pop in a new server, or sorry, a new stream. Da, 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 da. Alright, let me make sure my audio is fine real quickly before I get further into this. Yep, audio is good. Alright, cool. So, stream's up, chat is up. I've got all the stuff I need. Right. Cool. Well, Alright, cool. Hello everyone and welcome to round 10 of the America Series here on Race Spec Esports. I'm K997, your commentator for this race. And tonight we are racing at the Autodrome Enzo Edino Ferrari for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Opened in 1953, pretty much has been a home to Formula 1 since 1980, lies the Imola circuit known as the Autodrome Enzo Edino Ferrari. It has had some changes over the course of his lifetime. First hosted in 1980, of course, being the first time being the Italian Grand Prix as a substitute, then became the San Marino Grand Prix from 1981 to 2006. And of course, like I said, it has had some changes over the course of its time. It would be absent for nearly about over a decade and a half, but then make its return into 2020 following the 2020 pandemic, COVID pandemic. So it basically came in to fill in that void of the calendar, and has now pretty much has submitted its place to be home for Imola, for Formula 1 racing for quite some time, as a matter of fact, for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. It's a 3-mile racetrack consisting of 19 turns and one singular DRS zone that lies down the main straight towards the first chicane of the Tamburello chicane. And of course, you got a lot of other fast technical sections here around this racetrack with the Villeneuve chicane after the Tamburello chicane. Then, of course, this is probably the trickiest area of the racetrack where the Harnesses is going through right now. Acqua Minerale. It's a downhill bit of the track that goes right, and then pretty much it's another right-hand corner followed by a little bit of a slope. So the drivers will have to be careful of that, because it is a bit of a tricky traction zone, and has caught quite a few drivers over the course of my time commentating and racing here at Imola. But we'll see how it goes. It was supposed to be full qualifying. Thankfully, it is not, because it's short qualifying. It was supposed to be one of the full qualifying rounds. The only reason is because we got 13 drivers. So, yep, that's at least we don't have to deal with that. Now, before we go focusing into qualifying, there's just some news to go through first from the previous race at China. There was only one incident that was reported. It was the incident involving Liquido and Star Harmony that actually caught on stream as well. That was a penalty given to Liquido, a 10-second penalty, a license point, but he DNF'd in the race, which then added on to another 2 license points, which meant that he accumulated 3 license points. And because of the amount of license points he received so far, he has got now 7 license points, which means Liquido has a race ban, and if he does race next week in Miami, but he has left the server. I don't know if he will come back, but if he does come back, he'll have to serve a qualifying ban at Miami. So, yeah, that's basically how it stands. Looking at the Drivers' Championship, and finally it's been updated as well after 3 weeks of not having it updated. It's Jay that leads the way on 208 points, followed by Rebel in second, who actually has now been converted to reserve, actually. It's a 73-point gap between those two. Professor Phil's in third on 128, followed by Gio with 119. Of course, he has been absent for quite some time. Blotman in fifth on 100. Like I said, also absent of quite some time as well. Take It Easy in 6th with 93. Sufferline with 7th with 82. Drag King in 8th with 62. Limbo in 9th with 55. Coral in 10th with 50. So pretty much at the rate it's going is if Phil can outscore Jay by about 20 points in this race, then the championship will continue on. If not, then Jay will become the Drivers' Champion of the America Series. Constructors' Championship, it's Williams leading the way on 274, followed by McLaren on 196. I pretty much would say Williams have got this championship at this rate, I think, by the end of this race. Mercedes in 3rd with 195, Alfa Romeo in 4th with 148, Ferrari in 5th with 135, Haas in 6th with 94, AlphaTauri in 7th with 77, Alpine in 8th with 67, Aston Martin in 9th with 45, and Red Bull only has 9 points to their 9. And that is it in terms of the news. Now we can get into this quali session. We only got 3 drivers that have set times on the board, and it's currently the top time set by Sufferline with a 1:15.7. At the moment, Harmesis right behind him with a 16.7, along with Saucy as well. Craig hanging through. Aquaman Raleigh, Honeybee goes to the top with a 1:15.6. That puts him now to the top of the timing sheets for now. Colorado goes to 5th with a 17.7. Let's see how he gets on here, I guess. Here, Craig hanging up towards the Ravazza corners. Hard on the brakes, down to 3rd. Hanging around the final couple of corners here. As I think that was Baller that goes to P2 there with a 15.7. Craig goes to P6 with a 1:16.901. Phil heading through. Tamburello, Harmony's heading through. That looks like up towards Piratella. Yeah, pretty much as I said before, this man has to outscore Jay by 6. Ooh, hello. That's a AlphaTauri spin. That might have been Colorado there. Like I said, he has to outscore Jay by 20 points. If he doesn't, then yeah, that's basically the championship sealed right there. Yeah, with only about a couple of rounds to go. Of course, after that, we'll be going to Miami and Interlagos. Professor Phil up towards now the Ravazza corners. We're all Lone Star Harmony. See how he does here, giving forward tour of the racetrack. I actually forgot to change it to miles an hour. But anyway, heading up towards Tamburello. Hard on the brakes down to 4th. Gets through turns 1 and turns 2 and 3 through turn 4. Gonna go through it a little bit cautiously. Now up towards Villeneuve chicane, down to 5th. Around the second part of the chicane. Now it's a Tosa, it's a slow left-handed corner. Bit of a tricky traction zone as well. You got to be mindful how much power you apply around that bend. Up towards now Piratella, up over the crest, brings it down to 6. Use the outside curve just a little bit there. Up towards now Aqua Minerali. On the brakes, bit of a tricky complex, a little bit of a crest. And then uses the outside curve there on the exit there of turn 11 down towards Vade Alta Alta. You kind of have to take these curves like a touring car almost, because you have to use so much of the curbs there around that particular bend, as he also goes on the grass slightly. Up towards now the Ravazza corners, down to 3rd, now into Ravazza 2, and then back onto the main straight. He'll cross the line and will set a 17.2 on the medium tire. Does styled Harmony. Alright, meanwhile, let's see if we can find anybody else. Flying lap, looks like Harmesis is on a flyer. Whoa, backhand complaint there at the exit of... Actually, no, that was mid-apex of Piratella. Now towards Aqua Minerali, down to 4th, gets around the corner there. Probably the more cautious way. Clock says, though, he's up by just over 2.5 tenths to the middle sector. So the only ones that haven't done a time yet is Jay and Nando. They haven't bothered coming out of the pit lane. Alright, just now a couple more turns to get through the Ravatsa corners. And now back onto the main straight. Crossing the line, and Harmesis goes to second with a 15.7. Yeah, for reference though, because I did commentary also for the Open Tier 1, pole position from that was a 1 minute 13.5. I don't think anyone's going to get close to that here in this session. I'm not sure what pole was though for Pacific Tier 1. I probably would imagine it was somewhere in the 13s as well, considering how quick those guys are. Meanwhile, Trevor goes back into the pits. There's the pit lane line. 80 kilometers an hour, or 50 miles an hour in our English, for Queen English. Hang on, I gotta do this guy. Oh, nope, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Yep, change that to miles an hour. There's Jerry, he's coming out on track. That's our championship leader. There in the Williams. Pulling over the left-hand side of the track, obviously to get some temperature into his tires, because that's how the game is coded. Where you brake and accelerate at the same time, builds up brake temperature into the tire's carcass. That's been that way for a long period of time. Well, ever since we started this game, of course. Be interesting to see how the tires are going to be the key factor to warm up in 24. I have seen some of the what's it called? The gameplay deep dive or whatever. It was like showing like 4 tracks of with some updates to it as well. They showed like what, they updated Spa, which they finally did after not being updated for seemed like an eternity. They showed Monaco, they showed Lusail, and then they showed Shanghai. Honeybee's up by just nearly a 10th also. But yeah, it definitely seems like the brake bias might be a thing for anyone that's on no ABS. This ball goes to the top of the 15-2. Considering that looks like tire wear might be a pretty big factor into the new game. I'd be interested to see how that will be. As Honeybee's up by just over a 10th and a half. Definitely wouldn't get close to the bolus time though just yet. It's also on a flying lap. Diesel on a flyer as well. Craig down by 3 tenths. Honeybee around the final corner onto the main straight. He'll set a 15.4. He's down by just over a tenth to Bola as Jay goes back into pits. Nanda those on an out lap. Let's see if he decides to do a flyer as he heads around the final turn. Yep, he's going to do a flying lap here. So let's see what he can do. I know he's a pretty good driver. Well, quick driver in some aspects. I definitely think he'll be quick enough to be somewhere towards the top, but let's see how he does. Through Tamburello chicane. Up towards now the Villeneuve chicane. I'll take her easy, by the way. I have no idea what that means. GLHF. Around Tosa, down to third, up the gears around Tosa corner. Now up towards Piratella. Entry speed about over 180. Apex about nearly 140 miles per hour. As he heads up towards the Aqua Minerale complex. Fry in front, gets out of the way though, thankfully. 49.4 for Nander. It is purple to the middle sector. I had to be a little bit cautious there, it seemed, there through Variante Alta. Well, he's now got just a couple more turns to negotiate another Ferrari getting out of the way, that being Harmesis, who is also on an out lap. Alright, up towards the start-finish line. It's definitely looking like a 14. And it is well into the 14s. A 1:14.493 for Nander. He is about nearly 8 tenths clear of Black Baller as he decides to do a bit of lawn mowing in the process. Let's see. Professor Phil up by over a second. Wow, he really found that much time in the first sector, eh? I mean, he hasn't put up a competitive lap just yet, in fairness to him. It starts saucy with a dirty Aston Martin, it seems. And he's going back into the pits, it seems, too. Enemy down by 10. Harmless is down by 9 hundredths, but has found about a tenth almost into that middle sector. He's up by 85 thousandths. He actually followed his teammate, as a matter of fact, as well. Funny enough. Yeah, he probably started a little bit too close, I'd say, to his teammate. Oh, but he invalidates there the exit of Ravatsa 2. As Phil goes to 8th with a 16.3. Yeah, it's funny how a huge difference can be when we did 22 and 23 around Imola. I think if I remember, the best times from like that game was at least somewhere in the what was it, low 16s, maybe around the mid, sometimes even low 15s I remember. And I was like, if you're like a really quick driver, you can now do like times in the 14s or even the 13s. Which is kind of, I think if I remember, it's kind of like what times we would do on F1 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Because yeah, in 2021, I would see times mainly in the 14s if you were a very quick driver, maybe even the high 13s at best. Colorado starts another flying lap. Let's see, Honeybee, what are you up to? He's going back into pit lane. So Colorato's the only one on a flyer, it seems. As we got about 2 minutes left to go qualifying. Nando, of course, you saw just a bit ago retire from the session, so he's happy with his time. As Jay has not come out of the pits just yet either, so he's not necessarily bothering to come out. Colorado up by just about close to a tenth and a half. Now Jay's coming out, so maybe he wants to try and fight Fernando's top time. Should do so in the best condition, considering that this is the dying stages of qualifying. So there should be some track evolution laid down. Colorado up by nearly 4 tenths to the middle sector. Star Harmony down on its time. Phil's up by 4 tenths to the first sector split. Subfly must just start his flying lap. Paula is way down his time, but she should be able to go again. As Colorado seems like has abandoned his time. Alright, let's see what Phil can do then. Up towards now Aqua Minerale, using the curve on the left-hand side. What will the clock say for Phil? He's up by 6.5 tenths, nearly 6.5 tenths. With that improvement, he definitely can get into the top 5, I imagine. As long as he gets to the corners fine, as Honeybee has decided to retire in the pits. So he will not go further forward into qualifying. Phil around the final bend. There's Jay in the background getting ready for a lap as well. Phil does it 15.8. Alright, let's see what Jay can do. He definitely will be the one to fight Fernando here in this quali session as Subflying goes to 4th with a 15.4. Alright, Jay up towards Tamburello. Gets to the corners okay. Fry though, gain out of the way. Maybe distracted Jay, I would say, just a little bit. Through the Villeneuve chicane. Oh, a hint of understeer there. He had quite a bit of understeer going through that bit. Car did not turn in whatsoever. Yeah, 24.1 to the first sector. That's about 2 tenths slower than what Nander did to the first sector. He did a 23.9. Let's see what Jay can do there. That looked very smooth there through Aqua Minerale. What about the middle? 49.7. Oh dear, so the Ferrari destroys the braking boards. I don't know if Jay uses a lot or not, but hopefully that doesn't affect his lap. Doesn't look like it at the moment. He's just now got the Ravazza corners to get through. Now around Ravazza 2, the final turn. Onto the main straight away. I don't think this is going to be enough. Yeah, it definitely won't be. 14.9, he is about nearly over 4/10 behind Nander. But yeah, that understeer there at Tamburello, I felt is what really messed up his lap. Also, it's just noticed Bolo also improved there to a 15 flat. So the Williams cars will occupy second and third on the grid, but Nander will start on pole position. And if I'm not mistaken, I think... excuse me. I think that's Nander's first ever pole, if I'm not mistaken, in this series. I don't think he got one last season, and... yeah. I don't think he has had one ever since he's joined America Series, so... yeah, well done. Yeah, funny enough, I think last season was the first time I never got a pole position. First time in a long, long time. Well, there you go. Now they're on pole by close to 4.5 tenths. Black Ball will start third, followed by Honeybee, Sub for Lime, Craig, Harmonious, Professor Phil, Diesel, Saucy, Trevor, Harmony, and Colo Rocco. Alright, and it's on to the race. Of course, there is no formation lap, so yeah, it's all set in stone for the race, and there are clouds about. Okay, actually, I wonder if we did get a weather report. I probably don't think so. Take a look. Yeah, no. Jay didn't. Sorry, not Jay. Subflime didn't update me with that. But that's okay. I'm probably going to guess it's either A, we're going to have just cloudy skies throughout the entirety of the race, or maybe we will have some wet weather interference. Maybe later. I think that was what it was like last week, if I remember. Well, it started off with partly cloudy skies, then it transitioned into the rain later into the race. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, I guess. Yeah, it won't be long, though, until we have the end of this championship, and not only that, get into the new game. When does it come out again? May 31st, right? Or May 30th? Something like that? Unless you get the Champions Edition, then you get like a 3-day early access. Yeah, when we know that's basically just the mean of, oh, you're just going to be a beta tester. Because that's how it normally is with F1 games. What kind of new bugs will lie in store for us in that game? Probably the more of the same BS. I'll be happy once this is over. Yeah, because not gonna lie, I feel like ever since EA has bought out Codemasters, it really has gone downhill. Probably would say even quality, some, like, I'm not saying all leagues, but like, there's some instances, like even in esports, I've seen some of the most stupidest stuff. I feel like with these new cars as well, it feels like the racing has gotten a lot more like aggressive than it was with like the older cars too. Like, I don't know, it's just something about this like new generation of cars that we use in this game. It's just really made the drivers that make the drivers a lot more aggressive, or they, there's a lot more stuff to it as well with these things, with terms of setups. But yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just spewing a lot of stuff. Alright, well, any moment now we should be able to get going. Any moment now. Are we really waiting this long? 3 people watching. I probably would assume those 3 people. The 3 people watching is the exact number of minutes we've been waiting to get going. Probably a bit more than that. Alright, finally, we can get going here. We got the 5 red lights. And the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix is underway. Nando gets a nice start. Heading out towards now Tamburello for the first time. Cars sorting themselves out. Honeybee gets by flat ball at the moment as they head towards Tamburello. Bowler though counters that into the inside. Oh, there's contact just a little bit there. As Bowler, I think, has dropped down the order. No, that's Honeybee. I'm sorry, the Alpine has dropped down the order. Harmony's dropped down the order as well with that contact. Up towards that Villeneuve chicane. It's now Nader that leads. Well, sorry. Nader still leads. Jay in second. Bowler, though, has definitely lost out big time, though, to the top 2. He's nearly 2 seconds behind them, as a matter of fact. Sub 5, 4, followed by Harmistus, then Phil, Diesel, Saucy, Craig, Colorocco, Harmony, Honeybee, and Trevor. Yeah, of course, Honeybee and Star Harmony gained the worst of the first lap incidents. I'm not sure what happened to Star Harmony, though, at Tamburello or Trevor, but they probably had some sort of incident there, too. Jay right now hunting the back of Nander. We'll get the tires up. Everyone on the mediums, apart from 3, that's Craig, Star Harmony, and Honeybee. Everyone else is on the mediums. Don't normally see that too often. As we now head towards now Tamburello again. Nander sets the fast lap. Of course, he is the first one to do the lap. Yeah, up towards Tamburello chicane. Jay not close enough to do anything here. Third turns, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and 4, I should say. I forgot turn 1 is that little kink before Tamburello. Through Villeneuve chicane. Up towards now Toaster corner. Right along with the Williams driver. Not really burning much Barry, neither is Nander. I think as it seems, it'd probably most likely be a battle between those two for the race win, considering how far back everyone else is. Black Ball is nearly 2 seconds behind. Then you got Subfline behind him along with Harm Assist. That's not even overtakes Star Harmony at Piratella. Oh, Jay is actually oh, he's made a mistake there, Jay. He's nearly lost the back end. Trying to chase down the Red Bull driver. And he's lost quite a significant amount of time. He must have either made a mistake either at Acqua Minerale. He definitely made a mistake there at Variante Alta. Because he definitely was closer before that when they were at Acqua Minerale. Now it sets the fastest time of the race with a 17.6 as DRS is now enabled. Yeah, Jay had to burn up all the battery he can just to catch up to the Red Bull driver. Meanwhile, Black Ball, Subfline, it seems like it's going to be just those two battling for third. Into the midfield, though, you got the Ferraris in 5th and 6th of Harvesters and Phil. You got the two Aston Martins of Diesel and Saucy, and then Craig behind him in 9th on the hard compound tire. Just everyone trying to sort themselves out, of course. Oh, hello. Oh, nice camera angle, game. I thought there was a move coming along there with Diesel trying to overtake Harvesters, it looked like. Acqua Minerale was Harvesters definitely, I think, has missed the apex a little bit there. Going through Acqua Minerale. Definitely compromised this run. Yeah, they're all taking it very cautiously there through Variante Alta. Does Jay have DRS here? No, it doesn't look like it. He's also out of battery as well. Yeah, and Nander's used up almost a lot of his battery as well. Not as much as Jay has. It's just because he doesn't want to have that Williams have DRS on him. Yellow flags in sector 3. It was just a brief yellow flag, it seemed, I guess. I thought Harmony must have had some sort of moment. But then I looked where the yellow flag was actually the second Ravazza corner. Yeah, Jay needs to close that gap up to nearly a second. He has done almost that. It's a little less than a second. He just needs to get through this complex as best he can. That should be good enough. He's almost there. He's about less than a second behind. Needs to clover the curves. Yellows. Harvesters a spun. Oh, what do you know? That's it. Oh, that's one a safety car as well. I was going to say that spin was at Acqua Minerale. I did say before that as caught drivers in the past times I've watched or commentated, or raced or commentated, I should say. And yeah, that's now brought out our first safety car. And Nander's in the pits already. Same with Jay. They're both going in. Okay, what is their game plan? Hard tires. So Jay's going to go on the hards as well, I imagine. So they're going to do what? About 25 laps on those tires? Well, I guess they're maybe that confident, of course, of their pace that they just need to get through the leaders and that's it. Main thing for them is just not get damaged, but yeah, they've lost obviously a lot of track position thanks to the safety car. Harvesters meanwhile is onto a set of the soft tire. So nobody else pitted apart from Nander, Jay, and Harvesters. Everyone else stayed out, of course. Yeah. I don't necessarily get that sort of... I mean, yeah, I guess you could go that long on the hards, but the hards are going to be very iffy at the end. Like, they'll be very, very iffy at the end of the race. mean, like, the main thing that Nander and Jay have to do, like I said, is just not get damage. If that's their game plan, just go for just the one stop. Oh, I see Carl Rocco's now come back into the pit lane. Comes back out as well. So, I'm guessing he's going to try to do what Jay and Nander are doing, basically. Alright, well now everyone should be at least within the queue, so we should be able to see the safety car come back into the pit lane. Or not yet? Nope, safety car is in. Alright, it is in this lap. So Bowler's going to lead the field then, and it'll be Subfline, Phil, Diesel, Saucy behind, along with Craig, Honeybee, Nander and Jay, who have stopped. Obviously going to go very long on those hard tires. Trevor, Harmony, Harm Assist, and Cole Rocco. Harm Assist, of course, pitting on the soft tire, which he's going to have to make another stop. There's no way you can get to the end. Cole Rocco, we'll wait and see what he does. Anyway. Back at her. Oh, geez, Ball, don't bend it under the safety car restart. Oh, back in the green once again. It's Ball that leads the way by half a second to Subfline, then Professor Phil, then Diesel, Saucy. Looks like Saucy might have had a bit of a shocker of a restart. He's about nearly a second behind his teammate. As they make their way through Tamburello once again. There's Nander already trying to make a move here on Honey B. He's not quite close enough to do anything there. Harm Assist overtakes Star Harmony. Oh, that was a bit of a lunge there from the Red Bull. Oh, and a backhand slide. Nander and Jay just got the invitation to go through. Don't really need to do any effort. Yeah, let's see how these two will do, I guess. Overhead shot looking over the racetrack here. Through the middle sector here. Look at how everyone's all bunched up there as Nander goes off the track, making a bit of a mistake. Harmony gets a penalty for multiple warnings, 3 seconds added onto his name. Right on board with Nander, see what he can do. Won't necessarily have the speed yet to get close. I think I take that maybe Craig just got a bit more straight line speed thanks to the slipstream into the path of the acid. Oh, as the acid goes off the track a little bit, there goes Nander, and there goes Craig as well. How about Jay? Does he fall through to get through the Aston Martin? Nander going down the inside. Gee whiz, he was sending that from a mile back. He's got that done, actually, too, as a matter of fact. Yep, he's now up into 5th. Yeah, Jay needs to get a move on, otherwise he's definitely going to lose out to Nander. As they go through Aquaman and Raleigh. Yeah, Jay's only 4 tenths behind. Yep, Nander's catching up now to Saucy. Oh, sorry, to Diesel, the other Aston Martin. Got more exit speed. Does he send it here? Surely not. Oh, he's going for it. Down the inside. Shoves the Aston Martin out of the way. And gets through. He's up at the fourth. Already trying to make the moves. The next target will be Professor Phil. He's already drawn alongside the Ferrari driver. And Phil just doesn't bother. Now his next target will be Subfalime. Yellow flags. Saucy. Oh, hello. Well, actually, I'll keep my eyes on this. Oh, I missed out. Nander just got by Subfalime there side by side. The temporal spin! Collision! Oh my goodness! That's the two championship protagonists of Jay and Professor Phil. They've come together at Villeneuve. It looked like Phil and Subfalime, I think, touched. And then Jay was just an innocent bystander. Nothing he could have done. I don't know, he's got damage. He's letting Harmony through. I'm gonna guess he does. Let's see. Looks fine on the front wing, but then again, you never know. Oh, that is quite unfortunate. I did say about Nander and Jay that they shouldn't get involved in any incidents, and well, that's exactly what happened. That's a bit of contact there, I heard, from Harmony and Trevor. Let's get around the outside. Jay has got damage. He's going into the pits. Wow, big shame. Big shame. Yep, so he's going to have to go into the pit lane. So Nander now will try to catch up to Bola. Gap right now is about 1.5 seconds separating these two. Yeah, Nander should have the better advantage considering he's on fresher tires and, well, we've seen his pace during qualifying. Should have enough pace to catch up to the Williams in front of him. Yep, Chase has come out. He's now stone dead last. Doesn't matter though in that sort of situation because Jay could still get the championship even if where he is. Like I said, Phil needs to get 20 points to outscore him. And it's already within DRS range of Flat Bola. As Craig now moves through ahead of Diesel there for fourth. Yep, there is the race leader there, Flat Bola, but there is Nander as well. Doesn't send it in, doesn't get close enough to make a move. Nander's really showing the nose on on Bola. Really trying to get him a little bit anxious. Oh, that is tight. And a big snap there as well from the Williams. Nander really backed off. Because of that, he also made a mistake out of his own. He beats his car on the curve on the outside there of Variante Alta. Yeah, he was trying to wait till the main straight. Well, he is going to get him on the main straight now. He should be able to. He's really within DRS range. Theobald goes hard to defend. Up towards Tamburello. Nope. And it just goes through. He's now back into the lead. Craig also moves through ahead of Subfalime for third. And Harmison moves up to fifth. I think that might be all she wrote, folks, unless there will be another safety car coming our way. Or Nander's tires explode, because he's got to do a lengthy stint on those things. He's got to do about, what, 28 laps on those tires? Yeah, they they could be in puncture range, really, at that stage. Yeah, Nana's already pulling away, 1.8 seconds ahead of Bola. Yeah, Bola just does not really have an answer. Yeah, Jay would have been the only one, I'd say, to try to fire. That is a missed corner I've seen one there from Subfalime. Nana sets the fast lap with a 17.2. Really missed the apex at the first Ravazza. As Harvey goes through, yellows are out. That's Saucy off the road at Ravazza corner, Ravazza 1 corner. And he was well off into the gravel trap. Alright, well, let's see. Harmesis is closing in. He is on the soft tires, as I mentioned before, but like he'll have to make another. Oh, he spun! Sorry, I turned my my head away from the from my TV. I was focusing on my laptop for a brief moment, and then I noticed that Harmesis has spun, and Aqua Minerale as well. Actually, I think that's the second time he's done that. Cole Rocco has got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Yeah, pretty much everyone's kind of spread out at this point. Sunflame trying to close in on Craig. Harmesis gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. Yep, more salt into the wounds, I guess, for the Ferrari driver. Yeah, Nanner's got now nearly a 4-second gap between himself and Bola. Bola just, yeah, his tires are definitely not in their favor, I guess, compared to Nanner's. And Jay gets some more salt into his wounds. He's now got a 3-second penalty. And again, he spun. Yeah, he's done another spin at Tamburello, or had some sort of moment. There's your race leader there, Nander. There's your second place man, Black Bola. Not pitting just yet. I'll keep going for a bit. Yeah, I feel like this order might be set in stone. Subfalime, though, has lost a second on this lap to Craig. Yeah, by the looks of things. That gap right now is about nearly 2 seconds. There's your closest battle on track. That's involving Trevor and Saucy for 10th. Also a reminder as well for anyone new, top 15 score points, but considering that there's only 13 drivers in this race, everyone can score points as long as they finish. Well, never mind that. Chase brought out the safety car, crashing out at the exit of Ravazza 2. Well, that definitely means now Nando can go into the medium tires again. Yeah, Craig can go in as well on the mediums too. Anyone that's pretty much on the hards can go onto the mediums. There goes Nander, he's in. Yep, should be a set of mediums for him. And out he goes. Ball is in. Craig's now in. set of medium compound tires for the Alpha. So for I'm on the hards. And diesel hard tires. Mediums for Honey Bee. Call Rocco should go onto the mediums as well. Same with Harmony. Trevor's staying out. Okay. I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. He's been on those tires since the start of the race. He could have just gone in right now and gone onto the hards. But nope, he decided to stay out. Oh, hell, there's someone going off the road. What's Armistice doing? Well, he's had something happen there. Oh, what the? What is he doing? Okay. Something's not right about that Ferrari. Now Trevor's in. I think he's on AI mode. That's definitely not... Yeah. He's on AI mode. Well, he's got a front wing change and he had a 5-second penalty being served. Gonna be another long wait, I guess, under the safety car. Back in, Saucy for another set of tires and whatnot. Goodness. Alright, well, the safety car is coming in this lap again. Alright, we're moving on to lap 19 of 32 very shortly. That safety car took a bit longer than I anticipated. Alright, well, let's see what Natter's got. He's on the medium tire. He definitely will have the advantage for sure. Alright, well, here he goes. We're back in the green again. Lap 19 of 32. Up towards Tamburello once again. And they're still keeping the lead, followed by Bola. Craig, who's on the medium tire, so I think Craig might try to put up a bit of a fight, I think, against Black Bola, I feel. Subfly's still hovering in fourth, followed by Saucy, then Honeybee. Oh, bit of a mixed apex there from Diesel. Alpine looking to the inside, he's sneaking his way in. I tried to. He wasn't close enough, unfortunately, for his sake. Saucy and Harmy are battling away there further back. As well here towards Piratella. Through Aqua Minerale they go. Yep, Natter's already got a 1.5 second lead, almost a 1.5 second lead to Black Bola. I think at this rate, Natter's really got this race win in the bag, unless something drastic happens. Yeah, there's definitely no way I feel Bola will catch him, considering the pace difference between those two and the fact that he's on the hard tire as well. Yeah, not a shot. Natter sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:16.6. No disrespect to Black Bola, of course. No disrespect. It's just I know Natter has just better pace, as we saw during qualifying. Qualified on pole by nearly 4.5 tenths to Jay. But Jay was also the closest driver as well to try to beat Nander. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Saucy gets a penalty for multiple points. Oh, running wide there, that's Professor Phil. He's going to have Trevor in his doorstep. He's not close enough. There's his teammate there, Harm Assist. Right behind. He looks, but doesn't commit to a move. There does Trevor. Through Aqua Minerale. And then through Variante Alta. Nearly 1 second is the margin between Diesel and Honeybee. Now it's just over that. Next lap should be having DRS enabled. Yep, there you go. DRS is now back to being enabled again. As Harmony gets another penalty, and here comes also Professor Phil on Colo Rocco. To the left-hand side, Harmesis also overtaking Trevor there. Two Ferraris making two moves there. Oh, as Colo Rocco tries to fight. Oh, and a spin! Harmesis spins out again. Half spins it towards the gravel trap. Makes another mistake. Fortunately, though, he stopped just in time before he had to go into the wall. Yeah, there was your race leader there. There's Bola, Craig, Subflime in fourth. Honeybee right behind. To make their way through Piratella. To Variante Alta. Subflime keeping it, the Alpine at bay. And then there was a move change, I think, there between Saucy and Trevor there at Variante Alta. With Saucy going into ninth. Now they're going to try to hunt down Colo Rocco. So far, Colo Rocco, Saucy, Harmy, and Harm Assists have got penalties. Everyone else does not have penalties to their names. As Harm Assist makes another mistake at Nevada 2. Gee whiz. Harmy's got 9 seconds, and around the outside goes Saucy at Tabarella ahead of Colo Rocco. Ooh. Trevor nearly having a moment there. Honeybee right behind Subflime still as they make their way through Aqua Minerali. This is the battle for fourth. At the moment. Up towards Valiante Alta. I find it amazing how a lot of drivers in here have not really been committed in some areas of the racetrack. I get it can be a bit of a tricky track in some aspects with the curves, but like, yeah. You gotta like attack the curves in some aspect. Well, Honeybee just gonna slingshot by. Yeah, pretty much just tell Subflime goodbye. Phil, meanwhile, right behind Diesel. Gap between the leaders right now is 3 seconds. Still got about 10 more laps to go of this race. Here in Imola. Trevor, another penalty, multiple warnings. I think that's now the 5th driver now that has got penalties to their names. I think Phil should be able to line up a pass. See if Harmy gets another penalty. Gee whiz. He is racking up those penalties. Alright, through Piratella, still following. Around Aqua Minerale. Alright, see if Phil can line up a pass here. He should be able to. He's a lot closer. Yep, there you go. The inside, he now takes the position away from the Aston Martin. Honeybee gets a penalty for multiple warnings, and yeah, pretty much everyone's somewhat spread out. Only got 2 battles, really, between Diesel and Professor Phil. That's literally about it. Alright, well, looks like Sauce or Diesel will line up a pass if you can. I don't think he'll be close enough here on this occasion, and yeah, no, he's not close enough. Oh, I thought that was a bit of a... The rear end kicked in. It looked like I thought there from Professor Phil. He's trying to break out of that 1 second gap between himself and Diesel. And hasn't not necessarily been able to do so. $0.09 the margin, and yeah, I think he'll get DRS again. Up towards the main straight. Yeah, he'll have DRS, but he won't be close enough to attack, obviously. It's just way too far away. He just closes up by another 0.6. Out in front, though, it's just been Nander just controlling the race at the moment. He hasn't led every lap of the race, but he definitely has been more in control than anybody else has so far. Crew might be coming to what will be his first victory in Race Spec. I don't think I recall him getting a victory last season, but definitely in range of getting one here. Now Harmony 3-second penalty, multiple warnings. As Harmony's crashed out. We've got another safety car. Excuse me. Safety car comes out with 5 laps to go. Yep, and everyone's pitting onto the soft tire. Not a surprise. That safety car has come out a long, long way. You see where it is? It's over at Tosa. I don't think I've even seen the safety car go out that far around this track to wait to pick up the leader. Yeah, it normally waits like around the entry to Tamburello. Yep, so that means everyone's going to have to pit onto the soft tires. It's just a sprint now to the flag. Pretty much. Yep, so Nader will come into the pits. Yeah, I would imagine all the others will. Yep, Bull is in, Craig's in. Yeah, they should be able to keep their positions considering where everybody else is. And soft tires as well for the other two. And there you go. The leader has now the safety car has now picked up the leader. I think we're gonna be. I think we're gonna get going with 2 laps to go. I feel. Yeah, so literally no chance for anyone to overtake with that one DRS zone. They just have to overtake the old-fashioned way. I feel like at the rate, well, let's see, Colorado's over at Valiante Alta. Armistice. I feel like Armistice might be a bit touch and go if he can catch up to the safety car. He's a long, long way behind. Yeah, so it'll be lap 31 is when we'll get going. I wonder what kind of desperation, if we do see any desperation. See what kind of desperation we'll see. Let's see, where's Professor Phil currently? He's currently in 6th. At the rate that Phil needs, he needs to finish in 3rd. If I'm not mistaken. He has to finish in 3rd. If he doesn't do so, then that's the championship. Alright, safety car is back in this lap again. 3 times we've had a safety car in this race. How in Imola of all places? Alright, well there goes Nander. He's already taken off. Yeah, he just wants to get going. We're back in the green. On to the penultimate lap of this race. Hey, up towards Tamburello. See if anyone's got... no one's going to do anything. No, they're too far away from each other. Up towards the Villeneuve chicane. Blackpool is actually looking a little bit closer. He's looking a bit fairly racy here. Yellow flag sector 1, that's Armistice that's spun. He has really had a shocker in this race. Around Piratello they go, and down towards Acro Minerale. Yeah, Nando just tried everything to keep that Williams at bay. Up towards the Rivazza corners. Alright, on to the final lap of this race. Nander sets the fastest lap again with a 15.6. Yeah, I think at the rate it's going, it's looking like Nander will have this sealed. As I said this before, but yeah, he's got this sealed, it looks like. It's close here between Subfilime and Honeybee, but in fairness, Honeybee's got penalties to his name. Alright, through the Villeneuve chicane, clobbering the curves quite a bit. As they head through Tosa. Yeah, there goes Dowdy, they're sailing back off into the distance again. At the rate it's going, it probably will be just Nander, Bull, and Craig. That'll be your top three. If he's just got a few more corners to negotiate here, does Nander. And what has been a very controlled drive for the Rebel driver. Yeah, his first win of Race Spec. Around the Ravata 2 corner for the final time to the start finish line. Nander will win the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Bull in second, and that'll be followed by Craig in third. Suffolime in fourth. Phil fifth. Diesel sixth. Honeybee down to seventh because of penalty. Saucy in eighth. Trevor in ninth. Cole Worker 10th. And we'll just wait for Harvesters to cross the line, who will finish in 11th. So that means then Jay is your Drivers' Champion of the Americas Series. So congratulations to Jay on his efforts and to Williams on winning the Constructors as well. Phil getting Driver of the Day as well. Yeah, Phil needed to be up to third, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. And that's pretty much the championship right there. But Nander gets the win. Very nice effort. Controlled it from start to finish. Winning here in Imola. Ball at P2, Craig P3. I think this will be Craig's first podium as well, if I'm not mistaken. For Bola, I think this will be his first of the season as well for podium-wise. Unofficial results, Nander wins with the fastest lap as well, so he gets the full complement of points. Followed by Bola, Craig, excuse me, Suffolime, Professor Phil, Diesel, Honeybee, Saucy, Trevor, Cole Rocco, Harmicist, Harmony, and Jay crashing out in the race. Along with Harmony as well. Yeah, thank goodness that's now pretty much over. I'll be completely honest, it wasn't even close to being an exciting race at all. I mean, yeah, we had a couple incidents here and there, but yeah. Yeah, no, good effort from Nander. He deserved the win. He pretty much was in full control of that race, as I said before. But yeah, if Jay didn't crash out though at the race, or didn't get damaged, or hadn't get involved in any sort of incidents, he probably would have. I probably would say would have fought against the Nander. But it is what it is. He still got the championship nonetheless, because Phil didn't get enough to keep the championship alive. But until then, that is it, and I will wrap it all up. 2 more rounds to go here in Race Spec, and yeah, then we'll be done with this game for good. Until then, I've been K997. Thank you very much, and we will see you next week for round 11 of the championship, the penultimate round at the Miami International Autodrome for the Miami Grand Prix. So take care, guys, and goodbye.